So you thinking about concealed carry, and you know, you see this gun in the store, which is a fine gun, Bersa BP9, 9mm. This one is a 7-round magazine in it, slim stack. Okay. Then your buddy says, "Well, man, it's only 7 rounds. That's not gonna be enough today, because you got crazies walking around with 30-round magazines. You got crazies walking around with 15-round mags and 13-round mags. That ain't gonna be sufficient enough for concealed carry if we get into something." And maybe your friend has a point, maybe he doesn't. Everything is subjective to each person, but this is a slim stack, and it is limited in capacity, 7 rounds, and it's very light, but it's still limited in capacity. So what's the solution? Can you find a median in between or something like that? Can you go down? If you're going to carry something this big, might as well go down to a Kel-Tec. You know, 7-round magazines, right? Both have 7 rounds. Well, this is 8 rounds, but this is 7. Why, you know, go down or go up? You know, a big gun, you know, full size, carrying 20 rounds, probably a bit too heavy for you. So the solution would have to be this gun here. Yeah, this is the Smith & Wesson M&P 9 Shield Plus. It's chambered in what you see there, 9mm. And this is considered what everybody likes to call a micro compact pistol, okay? Meaning it's small in dimension to like what this would be, maybe a I guess you can call this a micro or maybe a slim stack subcompact. But when you look at it here, it's just about a little bit smaller than the Bersa as far as the barrel and the slide. So I guess it fits into that category. The thing is, it weighs the same amount as the Bersa unloaded. And when it's fully loaded, it damn near weighs the same amount as well. But the thing is, get more ammunition. This one holds 13, okay, and this one holds 10. So let's get into the Smith & Wesson M&P 9 Shield Plus. This gun came out in 2021. It hasn't been out that long. It came out amidst amid all the micro compact craze that started jumping. You had the Smith and the Sig P365, I believe, that came out first, and then all the other guys started catching on. Then Glock started coming out with the Glock 43X. Then you have Taurus started coming out with theirs. The GX4. Canon just came out with one. The MC9. And there's a host of other ones from other companies as well. Springfield, Hellcat. So those all fall in the same categories. The Shield 9. Okay, and I've handled all the other ones, man, before I even got my first micro compact. Even though I'm not too certain that this is even the first true micro. Y'all know how I feel about the Kel-Tec P11. I think that was the first micro 9mm ever, was the Kel-Tec, because if you see how they compare in size, and the Kel-Tec has a double stack, it's 10 rounds, and has a snubby barrel just like this. I think the Kel-Tec was the first true micro compact, and then the Sig came after it. But this gun came out as a pretty much an upgrade to the original Shield. You know, the original Shield held what, 7 rounds, 7 rounds, I believe. And Smith & Wesson had to jump in the game. They's like, well, we ain't gonna let Sig take all that. Let's come out with our own, and this is the answer to the P365. And I handled all the other ones. This one to me has the best trigger. I've shot the other ones at the range. I rented some of them, and I think this one, I had shot this, I rented one, and it felt the greatest in my hand. It didn't jump around as much. The recoil was almost non-existent as far as I'm concerned, and it was accurate. Okay, so with this gun, it comes with two magazines, a 13 round and a 10. also be advised, if you get this, the 13 round is going to be kind of a bitch to load at first. It's going to be really tight. You're going to have to get a mag loader to load it, let the round sit in there for a while. Mine's, it's settling in now. Now I don't really need the mag hold, the ammo loader as much anymore, because I let it sit for about 4 months. This is my carry gun. This is one of my carry pistols. I use this for carry in the summertime and the spring. Okay, so let's get into the features and stuff. Okay, so you got, I guess this is the melanite slide. You have your takedown lever right here. It's a takedown. You have your standard 3-dot sights. Some might have upgraded models, might have some glows, some true glows on them. Very good, decent sights, very high. The standard dot in the front and 2 in the back. Good sight picture with it. Striker fired. And the magazine release location, I love it. Doesn't really, you don't have to change your position, your finger position as much to drop the magazine. Also, what you get with this gun, standard stuff, you know, the mag lock, the cable lock, and all other goofy stuff that I really don't pay attention to. Okay, this is how it looks with the 13 rounder in there. So you gotta really give it a good shove. But the 13 rounder has, you see a little, it's a little annoying. It's a little groove right there, but nothing, no big deal. So you get a fuller grip with the 13 round magazine on. It gives you a fuller grip, and it's still not as, it does, the weight, it doesn't really bother you. It's not as, it's no different than carrying a 10 rounder. 10 rounder, you still can get a pretty good grip on it, but your pinky kind of like rest midpoint. It's been reliable for me. 300 rounds only. It's not a big round count, but pretty good for, you know, test to gauge it if you want to carry it. I'm still in the shooting phase, so I go to the range every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks, and I, you know, put rounds down, put rounds down the range to make sure everything is running, still functioning with it and everything. Has been good to me so far. I'm a big Smith & Wesson fan. Love them. This gun was bought new, and the trigger, very crisp, very short. And here's the reset right there. External safeties include the trigger, and that is it. And they have models that you can get an external safety right here, a frame safety. I don't really like frame safeties on my guns. You have a loaded chamber indicator at the top right there. Fish scale serrations, and they put some serrations up at the front. They're not there on the original M&Ps, but they're there on the new one, so you can get a more of a grip. You don't really need them, but you know, the backs are fine enough. I gotta excuse me, I'm just waking up. I'm tired as hell. Had a long day. I shouldn't be making this review, but I'm doing it for y'all anyway. Brand new, $3.99 out the door. Used, you'll probably find her maybe $2.50. Depends on where you look. You know, at the gun store, consignment, you might find her for about maybe $3. You know, if they're in delicate, if they have been used very lightly. You know, low end, like I said, maybe $2.70, $2.80, maybe $2.50. I have not seen any other color variations. They might have some out there. I've only seen these in black. I think I may have seen them in flat dark earth, black and flat dark earth. I think that's the only other variation that you can buy as far as color wise. Competitors include Smith & Wesson, Taurus GX4, Glock 43X, SIG P365, Springfield Hellcat, and the Canik MC9, Mete, whatever you want to call it. Those are the direct competitors. There might be others that I'm forgetting, but those are the first ones that come to mind, okay? So this is a good choice if you're looking for something that's just as light as a Slim Stack, because pretty much these guns here are maybe, in the grand scheme of things, they're going to make Slim Stack 9s and 40s. They're going to make them pretty much obsolete, because people are going to start figuring, well, why do I need to carry a Slim Stack that only holds 8, and I can get a micro compact that holds 10 or 12 or 13, and they weigh the exact same weight. And but I think Slim Stacks might still have a place in people's heart. Like if you're old school and you don't really care about 13 rounds and all of that, and 8 rounds is good enough for you, Slim Stack is still the way to go. There's nothing wrong with Slim Stacks. It's all about your preference, But I just figured, hey man, in the climate that we living in, I don't see nothing wrong with if I originally did carry this gun, but I figured, hey look, all the stuff going on out here, why not have the extra round count? I don't have to keep reloading so much. I can carry a 10 separately and a 13 in there, however I want to do it. The 10 in the gun, 13 in the pocket, however I want to do it, And I think this is an excellent option. Smith & Wesson, good customer service, excellent value. Go check out the Smith & Wesson M&P 9 Shield Plus. This is Rebel 9. Catch y'all in the next one. Oh, forgot one other thing, guys. It's about the grip, man. The stippling right here. I hate to say it. I think Smith & Wesson should tone this down just a little bit. It's a little annoying sometimes. I do notice sometimes, like, it'll stick to my shirt under when I'm concealing it. And, sometimes it's a little annoying. And even just holding it gets a little annoying. It feels like sandpaper, man. I think they gotta smooth that out just a little bit, bring it a little closer to the original M&P, but just leave it a little bit aggressive. But look at that. It's like sandpaper. It's like they fused sandpaper to the frame or something. It's just a little annoying, but it's not a deal breaker. Just something to keep in mind. Anyway, it's Rebel 9. Catch y'all later on the next one, and I'm off this.